Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, then welcome. And if you're returning, I'm happy to have you back. Today for this video, I'm going to be repurposing this large canvas wall art that I have. It is some fluid artwork that I did 2 years ago, and it's a pretty large piece, but I'm going to be breaking it down into smaller pieces to do this really cool gallery art that I've been obsessed with. So if you're interested in this video, go ahead and stay tuned. Materials that you'll need is some frames in the sizing that you want for your art, some painter's tape, some nails to hang up your artwork once you're all finished. These are my favorite. They're meant for picture hanging. Some pliers to remove your canvas from the frame. Some scissors, of course, relatively sharp. And then, of course, your artwork that you're going to be breaking down. To get started, I laid my art flat on the ground. And I'm going to go ahead and start to remove the backing for my frames. So taking all of the things that keep the cardboard and the glass inside, so that way I can start to map out what part of the artwork I'm going to use for my gallery art. So the cool thing about this DIY is it's really up to you and what look you're going for. I've seen multiple inspirations of gallery walls, and you really can never do too much or too less. But I love this artwork. I did it 2 years ago, and it's been really nice in my room. But now I'm changing gears and redesigning a little bit of my space, and I want this to still fit in there, so I just have to do a little bit of changes. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to map out our art. Because this is on a canvas and a little bit of the design is raised, I want to make sure that I'm getting the best pieces. So I'm going to take a pencil using the cardboard that comes with the frame, and I'm just going to map out what I want to have within this gallery and just making sure that it's going to fit. And I can always change it up because I do have a lot of extra space with this canvas. Now it's time to remove our art from the wood frame. So you're going to take your pliers and you're just going to remove the staples in the back. Most of the time this is going to be pretty simple, and this turned out to be very quick for me. So we're not going to reuse these staples, so we're just going to throw them away. But as I was removing these staples, I noticed that there is also a rubber backing that holds the canvas inside so that way it doesn't slide. So you'll see that once you take some of the staples off, it'll kind of just come out on its own. And then it releases the canvas from the frame. So as you can see, this is the rubber piece that I was talking about. And literally as I started to pull on it, some of the staples came out and actually reduced some of the work that I had to do. Once you removed all the staples and the rubber backing, you should see that the canvas comes off pretty easy. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're loving the content. And I look forward to providing more cool videos for you for home DIYs. For this project, I'll be using 2 frames that are 12.5 by 12.5, and then 1 frame that is an 8 by 8 that has a border that is a 5 by 5. So now it's time to cut out our artwork. For this process, just make sure that your scissors are very sharp. As you can see, I'm leaving a little bit of space around the glass just so that I can fold it over and make sure that it is secure in the frame. So this is the first piece that I removed from my canvas, and I'm going to be putting it right back into the frame. And you're going to see how thick this canvas is when I start to fold it over. But I just put the glass back into the frame, and I'll be wiping the glass clean once I'm all done because I will be getting fingerprints everywhere. And I put the cardboard back in, I press it and allow the canvas to kind of fold over on its own. And I just kind of mold the canvas so that way it goes in nicely and I'm not forcing it, because this does have a little bit of stones on the front and I don't want to shatter the glass. Now that I have the artwork inside and it's positioned the way I want, I'm just going to take my blue painter's tape. Because this is going to be facing the wall, no one's going to really see this, but I make sure that I put the holders that I removed in the beginning back in. The one thing I will say about the frame that I'm using, it has a lot of space within it. So I'm putting these in now and they're much more snug because of the artwork. And as you can see, once I turn it over, it almost has like a shadow box appearance. And you're going to be able to see a little bit more when I show you the end result. But this is piece number 1. So for piece number 2, we're going to repeat the same steps. With this part of the canvas, it's pretty flat. I just have paint on this one and no stones on the front. So again, folding over and securing with my painter's tape. The thing about painter's tape is it is easy to remove, so it's not going to be as sticky as the other tapes that most people would use. So if I ever wanted to remove the artwork and put it in a new frame, I can, and I don't have to worry about damaging the cardboard on the back. And this is piece number 2. And for our last piece, so I actually had to rethink this one. I had a little bit more stones for this one, but it wasn't fitting in the glass because the glass goes on a little different. But I just cut a small piece out and layered it. So I put the artwork first, then I did the surrounding border, and then I did the glass to go right in. And it has a stand to it, so I just took a little bit of painter's tape and secured that down and made sure that it wasn't visible on the sides, and that was it. Even though I love the other sizes, I wanted to do a smaller piece to break up the sizing and kind of give a little bit of a range. But I love the white border, it kind of adds a little bit of a new element to it. And these are my final 3 pieces. And they were super easy to hang up, so I've kept these close to my window because I love that the light reflects off of them and it kind of gives the stones inside a little bit of a shimmer. So this was early in the morning. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys on my next video.